So you deleted your Instagram account and now you're addicted to YouTube. Join the club. Quite literally, this is a topic that has been up for discussion inside my free community offline. People are conversing about this common thread that seems to be deleting Instagram and then turning to YouTube, which makes sense when you think about it. You have one addiction, and then when you drop it or when you leave it, I feel like it's a natural thing to want to replace it with something else. And YouTube seems to be that thing that when people are leaving Instagram or leaving other social media platforms, they come to YouTube, whether that's to seek validation for their decision or to seek community, maybe to seek that maybe you're not the only person who did this, or maybe to be like, did I make the right choice? Or maybe to see if you can find out what should you do from here. But whatever the reasoning might be, it seems that YouTube is a place people are turning, and then they're going, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being on YouTube when I'm trying to get away from social media. I don't want to just replace it with this. And I totally agree. However, I do think that it's beneficial to seek inspiration and to seek encouragement, or to see that you aren't the only person who made this decision. If maybe you're feeling like you're a crazy person, like, oh, am I crazy for wanting to delete my Instagram? And so then you come to YouTube and you search that up. While I do also believe that even if you were the only person who was deleting your social media, the only person out there who's deleting your Instagram and nobody else seemed to be, I still believe that if you feel that pull on your heart, if that's your intuition telling you this is not for me, this is not for you, shouldn't be doing this anymore, then following that regardless of what the world is doing, even if you're the only person, because I believe that your intuition will guide you to do the things that are best for you, that will help you to develop and grow throughout your life. So following your heart first and foremost, regardless of what anybody else says or thinks about the decision that you made or are going to make, is the most beneficial, and I think should come first before going, am I the only person who did this? Am I crazy for doing this? However, say you're here seeking inspiration for what to do next, or seeking some encouragement along this path that you've chosen to take. What are you then doing with the inspiration, with the encouragement, with seeing that you're not the only person who's done this? What action are you taking after receiving this information? What action are you taking? Any at all? Or are you just continuing to watch video after video after video that's encouraging you, that's inspiring you, that's cheering you on, but you're not taking the action? What's the point of that? To me, the point of seeking the encouragement, seeking the inspiration, is to have some sort of thought, have some sort of action pop into your head of, oh, here's something that I'm going to start doing in my life so I can start building myself in a constructive way, instead of just, ooh, let me see what else this person has to say. Let me see what inspiration I can get over here. Let me see what encouragement comes over here. Ooh, what did they say about their experience with leaving social media? Again, well, I think it's important to hear people's stories, because that's very much been huge in my life, to hear from other people and see what they've done, how they've moved through certain things, not to mimic what they've done, not to mirror that, but to receive the inspiration and the encouragement to go forth and figure out my own path forward. So through watching and hearing other people's stories, often I'll have a thought come to me, or an action item that I can take away and start implementing or start trying in my own way that applies to my own life. So I have to say, if you're choosing to consume content about people who have left social media, or consume the inspiration to stay offline and just keep consuming, but you're not taking the action, that is on you. So becoming self-aware enough to say, okay, I've left Instagram. I'm going to go see if anyone else has left Instagram. I'm going to go see what else is out there about this. Then you find something like maybe this, and then you go, okay, awesome. I'm not the only person if that's helpful for you. Or you go, okay, I'm feeling like ready to really start building my life offline. Then actually go and start taking the action. Don't keep clicking on video after video and returning back to this space to keep falling into, or maybe creating, a habit just as bad as the one that you're trying to escape from in the first place. It's not helpful. It's not constructive for someone who's trying to break away from spending so much time on their phone or on social media. YouTube, I don't think, is the answer. I will gladly be the first to admit that I do not have the right answer. I do not have all the answers for each and every person out there. No one has a specific answer that's going to work for everyone across the board, because each of us are walking a different path. Each of us have different circumstances. Each of us have different motivators. Each of us are so incredibly different. But why I'm even making this video is because I'm here to hopefully say something that sparks something within you to go, oh, here's something I could do that will work for me in my life, with what motivates me, with my current circumstances, with how I'm living, and with what I currently know about myself and my situation, because no one else knows that aside from you and people who are close to you. So I'm making this video in hopes to be the encouragement, in hopes to be the inspiration that gets you inspired to start acting in your life through something that I've said, or a perspective that maybe you haven't thought of before. That's the purpose of this video. And look, I know I'm going to get so much hate for creating this video and posting it on YouTube, and people are saying that I'm going to be part of the problem, but I have good intentions, and I'm under the belief that you have to be where the people are in order to help them, in order to serve them. So here I am, and here I'm going to stay, because I'm able to help people through this avenue, and I'm going to continue to do so regardless of what a few people might have issues with. So what we're talking about is that I think it's natural to want to replace our habit with something else, but I don't think it's entirely the right move to just get sucked into something else like YouTube that can be super destructive as well, and just as much as a time suck and a time waster as Instagram, in just a little bit of a different way. So with that in mind, I'm trying to focus my content on building your life offline, growing an offline presence, rather than putting the emphasis so much on leaving social media, because it's what you do after that that really counts. It's what you do once you've left that matters. It's the action that you take. It's the activity and the details of your own life that are going to create the change that you're desiring for your life. Nothing else will, but that piece right there will. You can leave social media and you can sit on your couch and you can sit there wishing things are going to get better. You can sit there hoping things are going to change. You can sit here watching video after video after video after video about what maybe you could do to help you with your decision to leave social media, but nothing is going to change until you decide to get active in the details of your life offline. So that's what my emphasis is in the content that I'm trying to create, is so that you can land on one of my videos and be inspired, have a thought or an action you can start taking right away, or at the end of each video I always have an action for you to take if you didn't come up with one on your own, but inevitably it's supposed to help you get active in the details of your life so you can start living offline instead of just watching everybody else live their lives online. So with that, I have a few proposals that I wanted to share about something that might spark something, or an idea or a thought or an action you can take within you, so that you can not form a YouTube addiction after just leaving Instagram or another social media platform. So the first proposal that I have is to join my free community called Offline. And I say that because it's a place where, if you're struggling, that you're the only person in your circle who's made this decision or who's even thinking like this, it's a place you can come connect with people who are like-minded to you, who are also desiring to live their life and striving towards building offline presences. This is the place of just the most amazing group of people from all corners of the world who will have your back and support you and cheer you on regardless of where you're at on your journey thus far. So I'll leave a link for that free community in the description to this video. Next, I propose shifting the focus a little bit. Shifting the focus from, okay, I deleted Instagram, now what can I do to avoid getting on social media at all costs? Shifting that focus a little bit, that mindset from what can I do to stay offline to what can I do to get active in the details of my life? How can I start building an offline presence, is how I would call it. How can I start engaging in new activities that are offline, that don't include my phone, that don't include my computer? I found that a great way to do this is to get ahead of the situation that you're anticipating. So you're anticipating that you're going to have a moment where you're feeling like, I want to go on my social media, or I don't really know what to do, so I'm going to go onto YouTube. So plan for that by creating a Google document or the notes in your phone, creating a page where you've written down like 10 to 15 things that you want to learn, that you want to try, that you want to do in your life offline, an activity that you want to participate in, or a thought that you want to explore. Have those things written out ahead of time so that when you're in that moment, I think of it like when my husband and I are trying to pick a restaurant to eat at on the weekend, and we're like, what was that new place we wanted to try? And then we just end up going to the place we always go to because we didn't make a list of all the restaurants that we get recommendations from. So it's like that list that you can refer to and go, okay, oh yes, I wanted to learn more about this, or oh, I'm interested in this, or let's explore this thought a little bit more. Or even write down how you want to feel and how you don't want to feel. If you go on your social media, you'll probably feel this way, and that's not how I want to feel. If I stay off, these are the feelings that I'm seeking after. So just writing out those feelings and then looking at them to remind yourself of why you made this choice in the first place, to kind of snap you back into the mindset that you're looking for. Another thing I love about this, having a notes or a Google document in your phone, is that it's great for the people who are out there saying, I just don't have time to start the project. I don't have time to learn about this thing. This is great for you to have this list and then to visit it during those small pockets of time, because even the smallest little bit of action, you don't have to take a huge leap and spend 3 hours dedicated time towards starting your project or working on your thing. It can be in a small 5-minute window, but the action into the thing that you want to learn about will propel you forward and reveal what you can do next. So just taking the smallest step forward is what we're after here. And you'll realize that I do actually kind of have more time than I thought throughout my day in these small pockets that I'm spending doing social media or trying to stay offline in any way that I can. Spend that time active in your interests and in the details of your life instead. And obviously I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to start a conversation for those of you who are having this tendency to leave Instagram and then come and start developing a new addiction with YouTube. I'm trying to start a conversation so we can help each other figure this out. So leave a comment if you're someone who has struggled with this or is dealing with it right now. What is something that you're actively doing that might be able to help someone else? Leave a comment with that so that someone watching this video can receive the inspiration or the encouragement through something that you're trying or that you're doing. And I'm confident we can figure this out together. But the strongest recommendation I could give is to put the emphasis on living offline, to building your presence, building your life offline, rather than so much on trying to avoid doing the thing that you're addicted to doing. That's the shift that has made all the difference for me. And not just me, but the hundreds of people that I've talked to who are actively living their lives offline or actively striving towards doing so. It really can make that big of a difference just to shift the mindset that much. It's a unique experience once you create space between yourself and those apps. And you start filling those spaces, filling those gaps with activity in your life offline. The feelings that you start experiencing, the outcomes that come from doing so, start to build a foundation and give you momentum towards living your life offline consistently and towards building a solid foundation that is your life without social media. You start creating your life offline in a way that fulfills your wants and your needs that social media may be fulfilling for you right now, even YouTube. Once you start fulfilling those things in your real life, it's a game changer, and you can begin building healthier habits and connecting more with yourself and with others, but offline. So if you're here because you recently deleted Instagram and now you find yourself on YouTube as a filler or as a replacement habit while you're trying to work through this transition away from Instagram, I have a challenge for you if you haven't come up with one already yourself through watching this video. Click off this video and go take action in your real life. It could be something as small as what I talked about in this video of head to the notes. Click off this video, head into your notes, and start making a list of 10 to 15 things that you want to learn, that you want to do, that you want to experience, how you want to feel. And then take one step forward into one of those things. It can be as simple as that. But then do that again the next time that you're feeling pulled into YouTube or pulled onto your social media or pulled into whatever the habit is that you're trying to break. Visit this notes app and then take the action that can follow the prompt that you gave yourself. And the final thing that I'll say in this video, I know I'm talking way too long, is that only through your action, I said action like 1,000 times in this video. If you took a shot every time I said action in this video, you'd probably be drunk right now. But only through action, your action, will you be able to figure out what is going to help you, what is going to work for you in your life, with your circumstances, with your motivators. Only will you figure this out through your action. I love me a little inspiration and a little encouragement and some motivation for sure. And to see things from a different point of view and hear people's experiences, I love that. I think it's phenomenal. But what you do with that, with the information, with the thoughts that came to you while you listened, while you learned, what action did you take with that? Because that's where the real change is going to happen. Not just through consuming the content, not just through having the good idea or having the inspiration or feeling good in this moment. Capitalize on that feeling and do something with it. Nothing's going to change until you change what you decide to do next. So I place my bet on you today. I bet you will figure this out and best way that's going to work for you if the next thing you do after you click on this video is try something new that you haven't tried before. So go and do that, my friend. And I can't wait to see what it does for you, what it does for all of us as we continue to apply this pattern throughout all areas of our life. So I believe in you. And I don't think that you have to replace your Instagram addiction for a YouTube addiction. I believe it's entirely in your hands and in your control. You've got this. Use this video as your inspiration, as your encouragement to go and get active in the details of your life. And I will catch you or not catch you next time.